In November of 2022, my dad and I decided we wanted to have a change of scenery from Cardiff. So, we visited a town on the border of Wales and England called Chepstow, or Casgwen in Welsh. Many know it for its striking castle, aptly named Chepstow Castle, but I did find the rest of the town to be lovely, and walkable too. So, we took a far too expensive National Express coach from Cardiff city centre, were dropped off at Thomas Street, and made our merrily medieval way to the castle through the town gate.
Now if you go along here, you can see the Chepstow Castle. Okay, I have been informed by this man that this is the River Wye. W-Y-E. So these like very thin slits, they're for firing stuff like bows and arrows through. It's not only easy to shoot out, but it's also difficult to shoot back in. There's also one over there. These models show the development of the castle over time. We are going down into the cellar, and then we'll probably leave because it's almost closing time. It's all dark and creepy and musty, but at least it's a nice view.
The big attraction was certainly a sight to behold. Magnificent views of the River Wye and atmospheric ruined rooms were abundant, and the weather was fantastic. Afterwards, we went back to the bus stop, but not before trying to choose where to eat.
There's also a museum there if you want to check it out. That is Mary's Priory Church.
You see, there was a good-looking Italian restaurant about, and an Indian one too. Even an Asian restaurant. But my dad's a cheapskate, so we went to a Wetherspoons. Well, we unknowingly went to a Wetherspoons. There was no sign of it being one, and I didn't even know what that was at the time. The food was inedible, and there was a weird combination of kids running and screaming about, and drunk men arguing. It was rubbish, but at least it was an experience I knew never to sit through again. But it doesn't end there. After the meal, we made it to the bus stop 10 minutes before the coach was due to arrive, and 10 minutes later, it didn't come. Of course, it was no biggie, public transport is usually late. Another 30 minutes and no signs of a bulky National Express bus. It was getting nippy and also really boring. So, my dad decided to call the bus company in order to find out what on earth was going on. And, expectedly, he was met with an answering machine. An answering machine that
took our calls with great importance.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, I was staring at the moon until something caught my eye. It was a really bright star that just wouldn't go away. After checking the internet, I learned that it wasn't just any old star or plane, it was Jupiter. Yes, my dad and I were literally looking at the largest planet in our solar system. Once I was done gawking at the celestial body, I was also starting to get concerned. We couldn't take a taxi because the rising gas prices made it expensive beyond belief. Upon checking the National Express website, the expected arrival time was always 4 minutes away.
The coach tracker keeps on adding an extra 4 minutes to the expected time of arrival. Yeah, fat chance of us knowing when exactly they're coming, and the answer service isn't answering.
This repeated for a good hour until the bus finally decided to turn up. Now, despite the hole-in-the-wall pub and late bus, it was a fun day out. The castle was impressive, the town was pleasant, and my dad and I really enjoyed ourselves. I'd certainly recommend going to Chepstow for a day trip. Just try and avoid the Wetherspoons.